Today I will be sharing with you guys some books that I have bought within the month of May. I was going to say April, but I will be including some books from April too that I have received for my birthday, so those will all be in here together. First up, we have, drumroll please, Midnight Sun by Stephenie Meyer. This is 600 and something pages, so it's 200 pages longer than Twilight, which is very interesting to see that Edward's perspective has 200 more pages worth of reading in it. I don't know why, but we'll find out when I read this. But yeah, basically this is just Twilight from Edward's perspective instead of Bella's, so interested to read this. I have read Twilight. I have not read the other ones in the series. I was on New Moon and I got to the part where her and Jacob started hanging out and I stopped reading. I really need to finish those. Just why? Just cause I want to. I think it would be cool is if you read Midnight Sun while simultaneously reading Twilight. Read each chapter and see, like, reading it from Bella's perspective and then reading the chapter from Edward's perspective. I think that would be really cool. So I don't know if I'm going to do that with this book. I mean, if you guys would be interested in seeing me read it like that, let me know, because I might do a reading vlog. I might do that, I'm not sure. But this is the first book that I have to show you guys. My parents got this for me for my birthday. I specifically asked for this, so. Next is a bunch of poetry. Well, the first one I got from my friend Hannah, Homebody by Rupi Kaur. This book was really good. I already finished it. Really fast, easy to read, good poetry. Not like my favorite, but I enjoyed it. Next poetry book was from my friend Abby, and she got me I Hope You Stay by Courtney Peppernell. I really like this one. I finished it already. It's not very like poems, more so prose, but I really enjoyed this and I highly recommend this to anybody who wants poetry. Poetry is poetry, just like the other one and all these. It's like kind of just like you gotta like read a couple to get the gist of like what else is gonna be in there, because it's kind of like the same thing, but this one I really enjoyed. The next book I have to show you guys is also from my friend Abby. It's called Light Filters In Poems by Caroline Kaufman. This one I read as well already. I was okay. Not my favorite again, but there's some few good ones. I started actually like dog-earing all the pages in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I started dog-earing the pages of the poems that I liked, because then I can go back and see which ones I like, and I gotta do that with all the other ones because I did not do that to all the other ones. So I will do that on my next reread of the books, but yep, Light Filters In. My lovely friend Hannah, who got me one of those books, she has her own poetry collection out. It is called Found by Hannah Ruth Murray. You should really check this out, not only because she's my friend and I want to support her, but it is a really beautiful collection of poems, and they're all about like finding yourself and all the strength and growth that you have in like just basically life's journey, and how you can see yourself grow and flourish throughout life, and you continually find yourself. It's called Found. I really like these. If you want to buy her book will be in the link down below. I will have it linked down below for you to go and read it. I loved it, especially the poems that I really liked in this were in the back of the book. Really good. Absolutely loved them. But yeah, I am so excited and so happy for her for publishing her own poetry book, poetry collection. Just amazing. Like, this is so cool having your friend's book like actually in the physical form. Like, it's so cool. But yeah, so if you like poetry, want to check it out, it'll be linked down below for you to check out and or purchase if you would like. I feel like I like literally was back here and I like just scooted up to here. I don't know how that happened. So I'm back here now. Next book I have is, I don't even know the title. How the King of Elfhaven Learned to Hate Stories. Next book I have here is How the King of Elfhaven Learned to Hate Stories. Yes, Learn to Hate Stories by Holly Black. And it is illustrated by Rovina K. Don't know if I'm saying that right. This book is very, very pretty, and it has very pretty, like, look at that. Look at the illustration. Oh, yes. Look at that. Without the dust jacket. Oh. Pretty. Pretty. The gold and the black. Oh. So pretty. But literally, the illustrations inside are so pretty too. Don't know if you can see any of that. How do people do this? You go this way. Basically, it has a bunch of illustrations on the inside, and I wanted this book, so I'm shocked that I got it from Kaylee. It's like she can read my mind. But, yeah, it's very pretty. I haven't read this one yet. I don't know what it's about, but, I'm excited to read it nonetheless. The next book that I have to show you guys is the last book in the Three Dark Crowns series, and it is called Five Dark Fates by Kendare Blake. I absolutely love these books so much, and I am so excited to finally have the last book. I still have to read Two Dark Reigns. Still have to read that one and this one, and I'll be done with it, which is like crazy. They are so good. If you have not picked up the first one or even heard about these, they are so good. They are fantasy books, and there's these triplets that get born. They're queens, and basically to rule the island that they're on, they have to go through like this like challenge on like their 16th birthday. So they're raised in each different sections based on what like power they get. The queens that we're following in these stories are Queen Mirabella. She has elemental powers, so she can control the weather, kind of like Storm from the X-Men. And then you have Queen Katarine. She is a poisoner, so basically she can like take in poisons and toxins and like actually sustain that, so she won't die from it. And then we have Queen Arsinoe. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce her name, but that's how I pronounce it, so it is wrong. But so Arsinoe, she basically is a, what is she? A naturalist, so she can control like the like flowers and nature. Basically all three of them go throughout their lives and they can't meet each other until the day of that final like choosing ceremony, kind of like where it's like, okay, who's gonna win based off of who's the most powerful at the time of their 16th birthday. And then yeah, whoever wins is crowned queen. But a lot of different things happen that were not expected throughout the journey beforehand to that whole ceremony thing. And it's really chaotic, it's really fun, it's really adventurous, and there's a lot of things that happen in the book that I'm just like, what just happened? A lot of the time. Like, you finish the first book, you're not expecting the ending to happen. It was really good, and I highly recommend this to anybody. Next, I have Live by Sadie Robertson. I have her first book that was just Live Original, I think it was. This one, she just came out with, it's her brand new one. I absolutely adore the pink on this cover. It's like one of my favorite pinks. I haven't read her other one, but I really want to read both of these and yeah, just gain like a little bit of wisdom that she has in here, encouragement, anything. So really excited to read this. Next is a book that I've been wanting since it came out and since people were talking about it because I thought it was so cool, the concept and everything. It is these Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. Chloe Gong. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not. This story is Romeo and Juliet, but in the 1920s in Shanghai. So basically it's just about these two gangs in Shanghai, and they're basically the two leads, which is Romeo and Juliet, but it's Juliet and Roma. They're like blood feuds between the gangs, and I'm guessing they fall in love because it's the whole Romeo and Juliet story, but with a twist, which I actually really like and think it will be really interesting. And I'm so excited to read this. Shanghai in the 1920s, Romeo and Juliet style. And not to mention, this cover is so gorgeous. Like, it's so pretty. Like, I'm just very excited to read this. Next is probably a book that most of you have read already, and if you haven't read it, you're probably putting it on your TBR because of the new Netflix TV show that came out of it, and everybody is like freaking out over it. Well, I don't know if they're freaking out over it, but everybody's pretty darn excited about it. And that is, if you couldn't guess it already, Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I recently bought this. I did not have it before. I knew like little bits and pieces of it, not that much about it. It's like Grisha, Darkling, that's it. It was just like, I knew it was like fantasy and stuff, but never was like, oh, I'll read that one day, but like not right now. Like, I'm not interested in reading it. And now that the Netflix TV show came out and I really want to watch it with my mom, so I'm like, I need to read it. A lot of books I just watch the movie and or TV show first, and then I'll be like, then I'll read the book, or like years later I'll be like, oh, that was a book, I'll read it. But this case, I really want to start reading the books before I watch the film adaptations of them. So in this case, I'm starting to do that finally with none other than Shadow and Bone, and I am at page 28. So yeah, we'll see when I actually finish this and when me and my mom are able to watch the TV show because I haven't finished this yet. Also, I don't know what this is about. Basically what I told you thus far is literally just all I know, and then Elena can like summon light, I think, and like people want her because she has that ability. Not everybody has that ability. It's probably so bad if you guys already know what this is about. And I'm done with that one. And the last book I have to show you guys today is a new release that came out this month in May. And it is Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. And this cover as well, look at that. It is gorgeous. No, not me. The cover. It's really, really pretty. And inside of it is even more prettier. Beautiful, beautiful map of the world. That's an insane map right there. It's really, really pretty. I opened the book and I was like, I want to buy this. This one I actually do know what it's about. It follows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all on the back right there. Yeah, so it follows 5 different people. So basically a squire, an immortal, an assassin, a sorceress, and a pirate. There's like a sword that they have to find. A stolen sword. Ancient lineage. There's an assassin, an immortal. Well, there's pirates. Through all this, a bunch of people come together and they have to go on this journey together, kind of like the Fellowship and the Lord of the Rings. I just thought it was really cool because there's a high fantasy. I think it's high fantasy. It's fantasy nonetheless. Fantasy book. There's a sword missing. There's a group of people. There's the pirates. Oh, I forgot 2 of the book. One of them being The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. Like, I got this book because I loved the movie when I was little. Loved watching it. One of my favorites when I was little. And I found out that it's a book series. There's literally 3 books in the series, and I was mad that the TV show. No. Oh! there is a TV show. There is a TV show. I've yet to watch that. I really wanted more of this because it was really good, and this is what made me want a ferret so badly. This and Inkheart made me want to have a ferret as a pet. Lyra, the main character in this book, she has a familiar, which is basically like an animal companion, but like your souls are like combined. Like you basically have the same soul, I think. Not quite sure on that. But hers was a ferret and made me really want a ferret as a pet best friend. I want to read this because I like the movie. I want to see what it's all about and hopefully read all of them. So we'll see. The last book that I have to show you guys is Things in Jars by Jess Kidd. This book takes place in Victorian London. And basically there is this girl and she is a detective. Birdie Devine, that's the detective's name. She's hired to find this girl, and this girl has a supernatural ability / power to her that these people kidnapped her for, and basically she has to find her, get her back, and everything. I thought it was really interesting because it is set in Victorian London, and there's a girl detective, and she's got to find this other girl, which I think she's a mermaid based off of this cover. There's a mermaid tail on there. Also, a reason why I wanted to read it, because I was like, oh, this must be about mermaids because there's a mermaid tail on it, and it even goes onto the side and a little bit onto the back, and I'm like, this is about mermaids in Victorian London with a detective, Sherlock Holmes style. Right up my alley, and I thought it was really cool and interesting to see that. And this cover is very pretty as well. I love the blue and the gold on it. Oh, so pretty, as well as most of those other covers were. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you got some book recommendations out of that, and hopefully some new favorite books for some of you guys. And yeah, definitely check out some of those books. Some of them are really cool. Most of them are. I think they are because I bought them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye! I have to take a thumbnail. First on the list is Midnight Sun. And my camera battery is dying right now. This is going to die. My camera's gonna like die any second during this video. That's fun. I think it's really gonna die now. Maybe I should stop recording. My camera's not dead. I am absolutely shocked right now, and I don't know how much longer it will hang on. And oh no, my battery's gonna die like literally right now. Okay, let's see if we can get this in here. And the last book, this is not the last book that I have, and this, I'm really out of breath right now. I don't know why. Probably because I'm trying to beat the timer that's ticking right above the screen for my battery that's gonna die any second. This whole video is just me looking at my viewfinder.